Well, I hope you're having a fantastic weekend, but today it's really slow, so I thought I'd post a video right through here. And what it is I went back to 2020, what I predicted. What I predicted in 2020, and then I reviewed it in 2022, and I was just watching some videos last night, and I'm like, this one's kind of cool because I want you guys to understand the credibility of things and people that are teaching you. Okay, so this is a video that I basically did, and I predicted, back in 2020, what I thought was going to happen, and then in 2022, I kind of critiqued myself, and it was kind of interesting. We now forward fast, 2.5 years, and we're kind of have the same talking points. So I hope you get kind of a kick out of this, but at least it'll gain some credibility because, lately I've been called a troll and I've been called all this other stuff that I don't know what I'm doing. Not all of you, but many people on the crash side of the videos are out there just kind of hammering me. So I was like, okay, well, let's do this. Let's kind of critique, what advice they gave you back, 2019, 2020. And then let's go. I'm going to show it right on the screen what I thought of about the market back in these days. Now, I had people, canceling me on their events because I said inflation's going to skyrocket and we're going to see this. And then I had people canceling me when I said there's not going to be a housing crash. And I defined exactly what happened. This was kind of intriguing. I have a bunch of other videos out there. So just check out my main channel. There's thousands of videos. I do at least one or two video basically a day. And go all the way back to my oldest video if you want to see, have I changed my agenda? Have I changed my educational tools and explaining to you guys what is actually going on? So check out this video, and that'll be it for right now. But give me your context down below. Give me a thumbs up if you think I'm in line, or blast me down below if you think I'm nuts and the reasons why. But I would really like to understand, why are you at odds if you're at odds with what I'm saying, and is the relative data that you're getting provided by a lot of people, is it coming true? If it is, continue to watch them. Please continue to watch them, because my goal here is to make sure you're educated and informed with the truth. Okay, so let's get over to it. The audio, I'm going to try to fix this up because it is a couple years old. Audio at that time wasn't that great, but I'll try to tweak this in editing. But check it out and give me your opinions down below. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get to it.
Folks, Dan Frio here, the rate update. Today I want to just go back and say, some of the predictions that we made a couple years ago, did they come true, or how close to being true were they? So I want to show you a clip of about a year and a half ago. What I started saying is, when the Fed got involved and all the forbearances and everything, what my anticipations were going to be for, the markets, but especially with inflation and the economy. So check out this video, and then let's start critiquing it on the back end.
The Fed news today. Well, there's the saying that you trade on rumors, or you buy on the rumor, sell on the news. What that means is there's usually a lot of hype involved when things are proposed. Like somebody's earnings are going to come out, or something like that. So you buy the stock. Then as soon as the earnings come in, or they get announced, even if they blow out the quarter, many times the people have already bought the stock and the trade's in, and then the stock drops. And you're like, what happened? They came in with robust earnings. Well, yeah, because everybody bought on the rumor and sold on the news. And so that's what we're kind of seeing a little bit today, but we didn't sell off. That's the good news is. But the Fed came in and said they're really not going to do anything for the foreseeable future, and probably not until like 2023. Now, let's take that with a grain of salt, and let me go over my thoughts behind a lot of this. And I'm going to show you something here about what I'm talking about. So the Fed came out and said, we're really not going to change any of our policies. We're going to keep stimulating the economy. We're going to keep buying, mortgage-backed securities. We're going to continue to buy treasuries to keep rates low and everything else. And what they're saying is, we're going to watch inflation, but our biggest factor right now is the unemployment rate. And we're going to see, here's the projections that they see, and here's why they're saying they don't expect to do anything until 2023. So they expect the unemployment rates for 2020 to be 7.6, dropping to 5.5 in 2021. 4.6 to 2022 and down to 4 at 2023. I think they're looking at a factor. They want to be at like 3 or 4% unemployment. And then they're saying the projected inflation is going to be 1.5 this year, 1.7 next year, 1.8 the following year, and then 2, their benchmark in 2023. Okay, so here's my, what do I want to say? Here's my take on it. And take it for what it's worth. I've done this a long time, and I've traded stocks, and I've been in the mortgage business, and I'm even a dad that wants to swim on the weekends. Wednesday, it's showing that Sunday is going to be beautiful. Come Sunday, it rains. What I'm getting at is we don't know what's going to happen 4 or 5 days from now. How in the world do we know what's going to take place 3 to 4 years down the road? So here's my problem with this whole analysis that they came out with. Let's assume, just for amuse me, let's assume that we have a V-shaped recovery, meaning as soon as the markets open back up, businesses, restaurants, services, and the whole ball of wax, and as soon as we come out with a vaccine, it's probably going to alleviate a lot of things. And mark my words, as soon as the election is over, we're also probably going to see some miraculous things happen. And I don't care who gets voted in, but every election year, there's a lot of stirring up of emotions in different areas. So that being said, let's assume, just for, again, to amuse me, let's assume we have a V-shaped recovery and the vaccine comes out by the end of the year. So next year, everybody starts going back to work. The unemployment rate starts to drop. People start buying. People are comfortable. They're like, you know what? I lived through that catastrophic time. Now I'm going to enjoy life a little bit more because life wasn't so bad. We thought it was really bad until we hit this pandemic. It's like people that have, they found out they had cancer. Then they get cured. Their whole outlook in life is different. They're like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy life a little bit more. So let's just say that happens next year and people go back to work and now they're like, you know what? We're going to go out to dinner some more. I'm going to fix up my house. I'm going to enjoy a little bit more on the relevant things. Okay, so let's just hypothetically say we have a V-shaped recovery, meaning we recover faster than what their projections are from the Fed. Well, also we've pumped in gazillions of money into the system, it's going to cause inflation. I don't think if we have that V-shaped recovery, it's going to take 3 years for inflation to rear its ugly head. So I got a little bit of a problem with this, but I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am.
Okay, so let's look at what I just said there. And it's kind of freaky how it's laying out. Now, the Russian war is playing havoc on these things, but let's just go over some numbers that we've seen since that time. Now, that was September of 2020. All right, we're about a year and a half later. So we have housing. If you didn't buy at that point because you're like, okay, the housing market, we're in a bubble or so forth, you missed out on 2021, which saw an 18% increase in housing prices. Plus, we're probably up another 2% this year. So you probably missed out on a 20% increase in housing. So now, are you looking to jump in? Okay, you've already seen that. It's like trying to buy Bitcoin. It was $1, now it's 40,000. Now, is it too late? I don't know. You got to pick your points. Gas prices, and again, they're crazy today because of the Russian war. But in 2020, we were $2.18 a gallon. And now at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, we were $3.50. Unemployment rate, that was a good one. 6.3 at the beginning of 2020, 3.9 at the end of the year. We're at 3.8 now. And again, so let's just keep it that. Mortgage rates, 2.95 at the beginning, 3.24 at the end. Now we're 4.24, so up 1 full percent.
Remember, this was back in 2022 was this comment, and my previous comments were from 2020. So now you're seeing rates at 6.5, 7, still putting it all in the context.
Since the end, this is all, I'm just saying what happened in 2021. We're only 3 months in, or 2.5 months, 3 months into 2022, and we're still seeing things kind of going out of proportion. So I just want to show you guys, I give you the facts behind. At the time, it might be a little stinger, but you have everybody out there just fear-mongering everybody, but they don't really answer the question. And my biggest question, and I'm reaching out to everybody out there, if you're a realtor, what I'm trying to put together is a Thirsty Thursday, that we can have a live event on YouTube, just realtors, okay, and talk about housing. All I want to talk about is housing. I don't want to say, I don't want to find out or hear that, this area is booming and that's going to boom. Or answer my question to housing in this. Do you buy or do you rent, and why? So I built up my credibility with you guys based on the information I just provided you and the guidance I've been giving you. I'm not here for clickbaits. I'm not here for fear mongering. I'm here to give you the facts. And hopefully I just proved that I do kind of know what's going on in the background.
Okay, so let's critique this now. So this is my whole point, is you have to pay attention to who you're following, where you're following, what you're following. But it's okay for people to say, I don't know, instead of coming out there and giving you their solid predictions and being completely wrong. Okay, so if we take a little bit of a spin back, where, what happened over these times, we got the inflation. The inflation wasn't the numbers that the Federal Reserve told you of 1.9% and might skyrocket to 3. It went to 9. Okay, they didn't wait until 2023 or 2024 to start raising rates. They started it right after my video was recorded. So a lot of things changed, but a lot of the context I've been telling you guys is right on point, and that's the whole gist of today's video. So sorry, I tried to clean this up the best I can, but check out some of my forecast videos from previously, and check out some of the 2,000 plus videos I have online to help you guys understand real estate and the housing market. Thanks so much for watching, guys. God bless. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you back here Monday morning first thing. Bye-bye.